There we go. We are up and running. There we go. We are up and running. All right. All right. All right. It is Thursday, April 11th, 2019. This is Bobblehead from Bobblehead Scale Rod Shop. Coming to you live from the desk. Or I should say the bench. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Want to apologize to everyone. A couple weeks back I was planning on getting on live and had sort of a medical mishap. Had to spend a few hours in the hospital and my phone is acting stupid. Hold on. Phone's acting stupid. Alright, I'm back. But yeah, had to spend a few hours in the hospital. So, I'm back. I do apologize. I was planning on getting on that day and it did not come to fruition. Excuse me. But we're live today. And having a good time. Hope everybody out there in YouTube and Facebook world's having a good time. What I've been up to and been doing is A, getting myself better, and B, I finished the pickup truck I was working on last, and I started our local club's theme build is the Firebirds for the spring show, and this is the 78 Trans Am by MPC, which later became AMT. And let's see if I can get you zoomed in a little bit. See if this works better. Nope, that don't work. I've gone with aluminum silver, metallic aluminum silver as far as the color of the car goes, with a blue vinyl leather colored interior. Here's the interior. And then dash, which this is the piece I'm going to be working on today. The wheels are aftermarket from USCP overseas. Super nice, cool guys. Really great parts. Definitely order another set down the road. They're painted up gold like a normal Trans Am rim would be, but they are super huge. But that's what I've been just started, trying to get it finished in the next week or so. It's just going to be a basic detail, basic build, nothing overly done. I actually have a couple other builds that I'm wanting to get hammered out before the show that I really need them for. So it's been a minute, and I do apologize, but you know, your health comes first, family and health first, and then your hobby. And it was a heck of a scare, let me put it that way, and it scared my family more than it scared me. Kind of because I've been dealing with it for about 15 years. I have anemia, and I had febrile convulsions as a child. So it causes blackout conditions. Where I figuratively basically black out. And this time I kind of landed on top of stuff, and yeah, it was pretty horrible. Quack of a doctor though was like, "Oh, you're gonna need this test, and you got to do this." And you can't work for 6 months. And Or no, it was, you can't work for 2 months and you can't drive for 6 months. And I was like, that's what I do. I'm sorry, but I've been dealing with this for 15 years. I know what I've got. I know what's going on. To me, there was no need for any fuss or hubbub, and so, but it is what it is, and done and over with. But yeah, I started in on this. I haven't even touched the motor yet, which I typically is completely backwards of me. I typically do that first. For some reason, I decided to paint the body and paint the interior first, and the chassis. So, gotta put the seat backs on the seats. Yeah, hopefully everybody out there is having a good time. Hope they're working hard at stuff on the bench and enjoying life. But and the seat backs are wrong. Good one, AMT, yeah. Yeah, Ron, back. Like I was saying just a little bit ago, I do apologize. The last time I was actually fitting to get on back in March was I ended up being taken to the hospital. So, but everything's good. It's just something that I've got to live with, and had a quack of a doctor say, "Oh, you need this and you need that and blah blah blah." And no, I don't need any of that. I just need to be home where I'm comfortable. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Stereotypical doctor. So, and I need one of my soft grips, which I do not have. That's great. That won't work. That won't work. That won't work. Sorry, trying to figure out how to Yeah, definitely not good. They poked, prodded me, and every other ding dong thing you could imagine. I'm like, I'm fine. I just want to go home. So, but been working on this Trans Am now. Oh, excuse me. Glue these seats and. Okay, seats are glued. Let them dry. There's the dash. It's just going to be simple detailing. I'm not going overboard on this car. I was going to, but I just don't feel like going super heavy. Just do some paint detail and be done with it. It's for our club show, and I've got other builds that I really want to do, and holy moly, it's rolling and rocking. So yeah, we've got wind and rain going on. Part of that big storm that they were expecting to hit. I don't think they were expecting how badly and how much we're getting. So it's kind of shattering. So my dad literally just left like half hour to an hour before I showed up, came home. He's a truck driver, and everything was snowed in out in Denver, so roads were closed. They had snow drifts 12 feet high. So I was like, okay, that sounds like a blast of a good time. Yeah, I was here in Minnesota, got hit hard. Denver, in Colorado, state of Colorado. That whole area just got blasted. One of the guys that I grew up with, he moved out to North Dakota, and he's like, yeah, we went from nice, sunny, 51 degrees yesterday, today, cold, dark, and lots of snow. And I was like, okay. Ouch. That sucks. Yeah, I forget what comes directly into Denver, but from the west that the other truck driver takes. But from my understanding, it was so bad that they couldn't even see 50 feet in front of them. Yeah, he was telling me he's got horses and everything, and he's on a probably I want to say like 70 or 80 acres, but it's probably more the way that the land is circled and all that. But he was telling me that yeah, it was he hasn't had this type of occurrence in 10 years, 15 years that he's been up there. And this is a guy that went from living 3 miles near the beach in Closeness to, excuse me, uh, the cold of North Dakota. But, you know, to everyone's decision, to own's liking. So, you know. Oh, one thing I do want to take and show everybody, I did finish my truck that I was working on for the dedicated skill enthusiast magazine build off of the AMT 60 Chevy pickup truck. Gave it sort of a lowrider fan's daily driver look. Two-tone paint, basically like a stock type uh, green gray on the bottom, and a metallic jade green on the top. It's basically a stock build. It has detailed bed with wood grain. Let's see if I can detailed the interior, detailed the engine, and detailed chassis. One thing, this is the Fleet's 80s issue of this kit. I think it was 80s, yeah. Late 80s, early 90s issue of this kit. Thank you. And to this day, from my understanding, I have not gotten a new issue at all yet. But between myself and other people that I know from the build, they've all had issues of the chassis being warped and slightly tweaked. Excuse me. I had that issue. It's kind of scary. I don't like those issues. But there's nothing that a little bit of heat and twisting will take and put it back in shape. It was a fun build. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I want to build another one. Hey Gary, thank you. Yeah, I kind of didn't want to take and do the motor swap route and all that. There was too many guys that were actually doing that, so it was like I just did not feel the vibe to sit here and do a motor swap on this build, because in the theme of what I was building, the average person would just rebuild the motor or take and, keep the motor that's in it, because this is a strong little reliable motor. The 6 cylinders that were in these trucks, they lasted forever, for the simple fact is because they were that good. They weren't simple, they weren't junk. So, oops, and I have forgot something. Sorry, I forgot something. Steering linkage, I forgot. Gotta love Molotov. Yeah, it was a fun build. I didn't really go super crazy on it. I just built it and detailed it. So, for the next time, I will do an engine swap. I hope that the next one that I get does not have the I get one of the ones that doesn't have the twisted frame. One of the guys did a super beautiful truck, and all he did was take the chassis and move it upwards, and the body is I love it. But then when he's going to put it together, he didn't take and do any customization as far as channeling the body, any of that. He just did simple you know, with suspension work, and then he goes to put the truck together, and it literally would have sat like this. That's how badly warped his was. And hey, Full Throttle. Pardon me real quick. And my thing with this is, besides having the issue of heating up the chassis to unwarp it, the rear end is like quarter of an inch, half inch wide, wider than it's supposed to. So when cutting it down to fit your wheels and all that, yeah, I have to go back in, which I'll probably do for my show, and readjust the wheel. But yeah, it's a beautiful build. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did it for the build off in the magazine. So on to the next stuff. But yeah, one of the ones this Firebird is for our show, club show. And then I've got the Revell BMW Z8. I'm going to be painting the interior red on it. Flat red to give it that red leather look. And then come back with the body's going to be, it's a military bluish gray, blue gray, not this color, but a little bit lighter, or a lighter, more grayish tone. And then I will be also working on the resin body, Jimmy Flintstone resin body of the Dodge D100 van for the Little Red Wagon pickup truck. I gotta have that before the show in KC in June. My only problem is I can't decide which direction I want to build it. I kind of wanted to build it as a lowrider. I kind of wanted to build it as a 70s style van. I wanted to build it as, just the van version of the Little Red Wagon. But I cannot come to a conclusion of which way to go with this. It's not the easiest thing to decide when you're sitting there with, do I go Hemi with big slicks, or do I go slant six with hydraulics? And I'm flabbergasted and up in the air on it. So, but yeah, it's one of them builds that I'll definitely be working on it here soon. One of the people I've been buying stuff from on eBay, Burbank House of Hobbies, Burbank House of Hobbies, super great people, awesome, helpful. I want to give them a shout out. I took and bought a kit, and it wasn't the kit that was supposed to be with the picture. So I was able to get me a different kit. But yeah, they were all helpful, and I can't wait to get building on those kits. That'll probably be this after the show in June in Kansas City. So what kind of stuff are you guys working on? Come on, fill me in. And for Gary and Bush, just so you guys know, I do apologize. I was planning on getting on the 21st of last month, but instead of getting on live, I spent about 4 or 5 hours at the hospital. So had a little medical scare, more scaring the family than scaring me. But that typically happens, so. 57 Chevy. Ooh. Doing stock, gasser, Pro Street, custom, Pro Mod, or just a Teen Cruise All. Alice Street. Cool. I actually have plans to build something like that. If it'll ever get built, I don't know. But I do have plans to build something like that. Oh, excuse me. And cool. 56 T-Bird. Is that the Revell or is that the old MPC, Gary? I don't remember who made the 56. Because that ain't Revell. I don't think that's Revell. Man, now you got me stumped there, Gary. Trying to remember the 56. Who made the 56? I'd easily go and look it up on eBay to find out, but my phone's sitting about 15 to 20 feet away from me, dead as a doornail. All of us at work have gotten into playing this golf game, and yeah, 4.5 hours of playing it. That's pretty cool, Ron. Oh. Okay. Oh, what? I thought that was 50, the 55. Yeah. So you got the not okay. Was there a lot of flash, Gary, or no? Because I've heard different stories on them. I mean, it. Ron, that happens, bud. You know, um, that's why I've got, different things like the Jimmy Flintstone figures and just a little bit of here and there different stuff to mess with. And I even messing with some of that, I take and get to a point and I'm like, okay, I got no mojo. I walk away from the desk and that's it for a month or 2 months. Oh, excuse me. Is that? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second, be right back. Yep, I was gonna grab something, but I can't remember where I put the dang thing. Okay, it ain't up there. Not over there. Yep, be right back. Okay, on my way back. Found it. Now, Butch, 57 that I plan on doing a little modding to is this one. Excuse me. I've kind of really dug hard to find this kit, and I kind of really want a built-up beast of a car with the big blower coming out of the hood and really tubbed in the back. This version is from says Ertl Company, so I'm going to guess probably late 70s, early 80s. Because this had the Golden Wheels tokens on it. Cool. Opening it up first time for everything, because I actually don't remember. Well, there's the chassis. It looks like a hot rod chassis, not for a 57 Chevy. What the heck? Okay, oh, there's what I'm looking for. That ain't bad. Kind of need more wheel tubs. Because the meats I'd like to put under it is something like that, except stuck under there. My whole idea with this was to build a certain yellow one I guess I'm going to have to go searching for some tires. Okay, tape. Yeah, Butch, that's what I was thinking of doing. That was my whole intention of buying this kit. I got some up close and personal pictures of his car, and well, I think this is the 4x4 version. And that's the wheels that come in it. Tires, I mean. Those ain't tires for drags. I don't know. I've also thought about using this to build the 57 Chevy from not two lane blacktop. Hollywood Nights Project X. So, in one of its many, and I mean many variations. I can't literally believe how many variations that car's been through for the magazine. And yet it still could, I mean, no matter what they do to it or change it, it just still looks like the baddest car on the planet. Yeah, I kind of like them both the same. Lutz is I take, and say, well, that's just a modernized version of the Hollywood Nights car. So, the gasser version of the Car X magazine car. That'd look cool. Actually, one of our the gentleman that come to we had a movie car theme for a few years back at our show, and somebody actually built the pie wagon. They built the pie wagon. They built the brothers El Camino, and then they built the surfer dude's car, and they also built the 40 Ford, and so, which to me, those, I mean, they're just stylish. It's one thing I'm definitely not going to do with this build is the exhaust, because it's got side pipes. Not on a gas. If I go gasser route, or even no. cut that off and take it straight back. Yeah, and I've bought 2 of the new kits. The reissue, the All-American issue. And so I got plenty of, I can do it multiple ways. Um, what's hilarious about this kit is that how nice it is, and it's been reissued X amount of times. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of indigestion. But no, as many times that, it's been reissued, the thing I can't stand is that it still has the bullets in it. I think it would look so cool with those filled in, the custom car look. But this will be one of those that I'll do in the fall. Oh, I might have to do one of the other ones. Nope, it's good. Sorry. I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's all because the way that the body came off of the mounts, it doesn't want to seat right. But yeah. This is definitely giving me ideas. Yeah, I kind of like that. Man, now I'm jumping into ideas for other builds that I kind of don't have time for right now. No problem, Ron. I'll catch you later. Man. Mm-mm-mm. Well, that's the thing is, Butch, I grew up down in the South, and one of the biggest gasser groups is the Southeast Gasser Association. And I kind of watch a lot of their videos on YouTube and Facebook. Oh, excuse me. And I tell you what, I've built a few gassers, but I kind of really want to build another one. Yeah, I guess I'm going to take this to the club meeting on Sunday. That'll give me something to do. Take. Yeah, it's a different idea. But, yep. So, no, I'm going to get back to the Firebird. And then get this thing finished, wrapped up in the next week or so. And I got the other two builds that I need to do. So, guys, it's been fun. Gonna wrap it up here. So, hopefully it won't be as long of a dry spout before I'm back on. Hopefully just next week or the week after I should be back on. But next time, hopefully the Firebird will be finished and you'll see something else being worked on. Something with a whole lot more detail. But I appreciate everybody coming by. This is Bobblehead from the Bobblehead Scale Rod Shop. saying I'll catch you later. Thank you.